What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be doing like a raw, uncut first impressions of the brand new Kifaru Bino Harness. I will be looping in some B-roll so you guys can get a closer look at the design of this Bino Harness. Now keep in mind, I was able to get on a pre-release, so I got this thing super early, which I'm extremely grateful for. So thank you, Kifaru, for sending this over to me. At a later date, I will do a full detailed review once I get my hands on the Range Finder Pouch and then also the accessory pouch. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the navigation pouch because I do like to maintain a very slim profile on my Bino Harness, but if I do get that, I will also do another update video and share my overall thoughts and opinions on that. But like I said, this video is just first impressions. I literally just got this thing. I literally just opened it up. Now let's dive into the Bino Harness. And the first thing that I absolutely love about this Bino Harness is just how slim profile it is. I've tried other Bino harnesses available on the market that are fully enclosed, and for me they just protrude out too much. There's too much real estate going on, and it almost felt like I had a lunch box sitting on my chest. So as soon as I put this on and noticed how slim the profile was, I was actually sold on this already just due to that fact. Now another huge selling point, and if you've researched the Bino Harness or you follow Kifaru, obviously they went with the forward flip design. Now for me, doing the majority of my hunting in the whitetail woods, I love the forward flip design. I have an FHF that is the upward flip, and ever since I tried a forward flip design, I really can't go back to that style of a Bino harness. It just annoys me too much to constantly deal with that. So this is definitely super nice. I'm glad that they went with this. And then another huge selling point for me, and if you guys haven't checked out that video that I posted about magnets messing with your GPS system, go check that out. I will put a link in the description below. I'll post a picture up here of what that thumbnail looks like, but I did a full video showing how the magnets were affecting my GPS system. So again, super glad that they did not put magnets in this because I have experienced a lot of issues out on public land and led to a very long night getting out in the woods in the dark. Now, as you can see, there's moly webbing on the front, moly webbing on the bottom, and then there's also the elastic material that they started to use on some of their backpacks on both sides. So you have two pockets on the side, so you could put like a wind puffer in there. You can see that I have my HBC hinge on the one side, and then in addition to that, they also have that storage pocket on the front. Now, for me, real quick, I'm going to touch on this. All my Bino harnesses previously up to this point did have a front zipper pocket, and I was concerned about this, and I saw someone bring this up in an Instagram video recently, but I was concerned about it not having that front pocket. But in all honesty, the only thing I ever really kept in there was a lens cloth. There is a pocket on the back of the Bino harness that I'll stuff that in. But being that they included this front storage pocket right in the front, I mean, that is also a really nice spot to just basically tuck or release. As you can see, I got my Carter Wise Choice in there. If I wanted to, I could stuff my hinge in there and it would fit just as well. But the hinge does fit really well on the side pocket. The Carter Wise Choice, because they have that third finger loop, it is a little snug, but it does fit. But like I said, that is super nice that they added that little storage pocket. Now, another really sweet feature of this Bino harness is the fact that it is adjustable. So you can adjust the amount of tension on this lid, so you could get it almost as tight as you want or as loose as you want. I went a little bit tighter, so as you can see, it's easy. It's still easy enough to get this in position, open and closed with one-handed operation. But I will say, if you want to go to like full tuck, it's almost easier to just do it two hands, and then, you know, you're basically ready to go. Now, once you do put this in the full tuck mode, it does kick the Bino harness out a little bit, not enough to really notice it or to make it uncomfortable, but that is one thing that I wanted to mention. Now, there's also these two pockets here, so if you wanted to stuff mouth calls in there or SD cards, you could definitely do that as well. So a lot of things are baked into this Bino harness. Now, another thing that I will mention is that obviously they're trying to accommodate a very wide variety of people, so there is a lot of tag end available for adjustment. So for me personally, right now I'm sitting at 173. I don't plan on gaining any more weight, so what I'll probably do is get this thing in position, and then I'll go ahead and probably just cut some of that tag end out, burn it, stitch it, so I can go ahead and make adjustments. Now, if you do go ahead and do that. What I would recommend before you make those cuts, make sure that you're trying this on with all of your hunting layers, like late season hunting layers. Typically when I get my Bino harness adjusted for the height, that never changes. But as far as the sides go, obviously the more layers you have, you're gonna wanna let out some of that slack. So just make sure before you make that cut, you're trying that clothing on and adjusting this and then going ahead and making that cut so you don't cut too much off. Now, one thing that I am waiting on, and again, this was a pre-release version. They have not yet sent out the range finder pouch or the accessory pouch or even the nav pouch. So hopefully I got TAC coming up literally next week. I'm hoping that those, at least the range finder pouch, shows up in time so I can really test this thing out in the field, shoot it with my bow, walk around in the woods, get a feel for just how secure it does hold the binos, how well it rides. One thing I was a little concerned about when I first saw their release video is the fact that this doesn't have any padding on the shoulder straps. All the Bino harnesses that I've ran up to this point all have some sort of padding. Now, I know that the reason that they went away from that is because it does obviously increase the surface area. It's got more hot spots, more sweating, whereas this is very slim, not creating a ton of hot spots. So hopefully that does reduce the heat. And the one thing that I will say is, like I said, I've been walking around with this thing on now for probably about an hour, and I'm not getting any soreness, and this thing is not cutting into my neck at all. So to sum that up, it's really not an issue at all. It's actually a very comfortable Bino harness. Now, one other thing that I want to mention is the last forward flip design Bino harness I had really lacked the ability to adjust how high or how low the Bino harness would ride. So I was super excited to see that they offered adjustments on the upward or on the shoulder straps to really pull this Bino harness up. I like my Bino harness basically riding right in the center of my chest. I don't like it riding down on my belly. So super nice Bino harness. I think they absolutely knocked this thing out of the park. I'm a huge fan of their Ranger green color. This Bino harness is actually only offered in this specific color. I'm not sure if at a later date they'll offer more, but right now Ranger green is what you're going to get. Now, the last thing that I'm going to touch on, and I immediately noticed this, is on their pre-release video that they had posted. They did an Instagram live, and one of the questions is if they were going to have tags or straps to secure your Bino to the shoulder straps. I don't know if this is going to change on the final production models, but this pre-release model did not come with it. Now, historically in the past, all my Bino harnesses have had that security point, but you also have to keep in mind that none of the Bino harnesses that I've had have been this snug. So one of the issues that I always ran into with other Bino harnesses is if you bent over to pull arrows or to get under some brush as you were walking through the woods and you had your Bino harness open, your binos were falling out immediately. These things are not going anywhere unless you really pull them out. I mean, it is a really snug fit. It's not snug enough to prevent you from easily sliding them in and out, but it's snug enough to prevent them from just accidentally falling out. So I'm not even sure if you're really gonna need these going forward. But overall, first impressions of the Kifaru Bino harness is it's an absolute game changer. This thing is absolutely amazing. I love what they did. I love the design. I'm excited to run this at TAC 2023, and I'm very excited to run this out in the whitetail woods and not have to worry about navigation issues due to magnets in my Bino harness. Now, as I already mentioned, I will do a follow-up video where I do a full detailed review once I've had some time with this Bino harness. I want to make sure that I get the accessory pouch and the range finder pouch before I do a full detailed review video giving you guys my true overall thoughts and opinions rather than my first impressions. And then at a later date, I will do a side-by-side comparison of all the Bino harnesses that I have available. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do so. And then if you guys have not checked out MichiganAmbushOutdoors.com, please go over there. We do have some hats available, and your guys' purchases of our hats greatly supports this channel, keeps us doing what we're doing. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you on the next one.